This is East Harlem Community District number 11. So this is part 3 of the segment. Good evening. This is Malik Alim reporting for Under Lock and Key, the chairman for the New York State chapter of Noble Young Lords Party. So let me go over a few things, and then I'll let y'all know where you can find this information. All right. So briefly, this is the community health profiles, the latest one that was done, and it's updated in 2018. So for East Harlem, basically, what is population by race and ethnicity? So Latinos, it says 29%. White people says 32%. It's East Harlem. It says, all right, let me give you the whole population. This shit is crazy. New York City, right? All right, this is New York City. Oh, okay, my bad. I want to say, what? I want to say, where the hell are you at? Inside all these luxury buildings? All right, my bad. It's comparing contrast. All right, cool. I want to say, fuck is going on around here? All right. So it says, all right, for New York City, right, this is New York City population by race and ethnicity. For Asian, it's 15%. For Black, 22%. Latinos, 29%. Whites, 32%. Other, 2%, right? Now, for East Harlem, Asians make up 6%. Blacks make up 30%. Latinos make up 50%, whites make up 12%, and others 2%. What's the total population? The total population of New York City as of 2018 is 8 million. You know, 8,537. 8,000. No, it's 8,537. What the fuck? No, it's 8. Oh, 8,537,000. 8,000. Man, listen, I ain't good with math, you heard? Boom. All right, for East Harlem, forget New York City. For New York City, it's like 8 million and change. 8 million and change, basically. 8,500,000 and change. That's the New York City population. Now, for East Harlem, the population for East Harlem is 124,323 people in East Harlem. What's the population by age in East Harlem? In East Harlem, 21% of the population is from 0 to 17 years old. Now, 10% of the population of East Harlem is from 18 years to 24 years old. 33% of the population of East Harlem is from 25 years to 44-year-old. So that's the most percentage, from 25 to 44 in East Harlem. 23% makes up, which is 45 to 64 years old. And then 13%, wow, you mean, there's a lot of elders. There's more elders than youth. 13% makes up people who are 65 years old and older, compared to the 10%, which is people who are 18 to 24 years old. Now, in East Harlem, 24% of the population in East Harlem is born outside of the United States. In East Harlem, 19% of people have limited English proficiency. Oh, whoa, I'm doing feed.
Oh, sorry.
Excuse me, break time.
Oh, sorry about that. I was wondering, do you have a D?
I don't have nothing.
You don't have the little pill for paint?
Nah. Boom. All right. So this right here. So let me move on. Sorry for the interruption. All right. So right here it says, all right, table of contents from what I'm giving you, what I'm sharing with you, is understanding health inequities in New York City, social and economic conditions, housing and neighborhood conditions, maternal and child health, health outcomes, health care, so forth and so on. So now let's go to we're not gonna go there. Sales, social and economic conditions. All right, we're gonna. This is social and economic conditions. It's what it says for social and economic conditions of East Harlem. Higher education levels are associated with better health conditions, with better health outcomes. Missing too many days of school can cause students to fall behind and increase their risk of dropping out. That's true for college students as well, too. Even for adults such as myself. East Harlem's elementary school absenteeism rate is higher than the rate for New York City overall. That's crazy. That's sad. 2/3 of high school students in East Harlem graduates in 4 years, which is the lowest rate in the whole entire city. Elementary school absenteeism. This is so like that you can know the people like what you're dealing with here in East Harlem. Elementary school absenteeism. So it says throughout the whole city, right? For elementary school, this is elementary school. That means first grade to sixth grade. For New York City overall, it's 20%, right? For Manhattan, 18%, right? For East Harlem, this is kids that don't go to school from first to sixth grade, it's 30%. The highest in the whole entire city is East Harlem. Kids from first to sixth grade not going to school. All right. On-time high school graduation. Right? Let's see the percentage. For New York City, 75%. Right? Of course, the highest throughout the city is the financial district. We already know that. Now, for Manhattan, 73%. They graduate on time. For East Harlem, 67% graduate on time. All right? Now, what is the highest level of education achieved? Right? Percentage of adults age 25 and older, right? So for East Harlem now, 25% of the people that live in East Harlem have less than a high school education. 37% of the population in East Harlem have a high school graduate or some college education. As myself, I fall within that 37%. I have not graduated college yet. And then 38% in East Harlem have graduated from college. Nearly 2 out of 5 adults in East Harlem have a college degree. So that is a blessing, for real, facts. I'm not sure if that numbers went up because, you know, in East Harlem, we have the master's degree program for Hunter College, and well, they used to have a college on 106th Street. So yes, you have that for East Harlem. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why it went up. And we also have Toro College. So that's 2 colleges in East Harlem. And another college for East Harlem, I believe is a medical school. And that's by, across the street from the Mines Jail on 96th Street. So these are 3 institutions of higher learning in East Harlem. All right, let's continue. Social and economic conditions. Economic stress. Living in high poverty neighborhoods limits healthy options and makes it difficult to access quality health care and resources that promote health. In East Harlem, 23% of residents live in poverty, compared to 20% of the whole entire city. Access to affordable housing and employment opportunities with fair wages and benefits are also closely associated with good health. East Harlem unemployment rate is higher than the citywide average of 9%. Rent-burdened households pay more than 30% of their income for housing. Oh, this is an issue. Oh, yeah, no Young Lord's Party has to address this issue. Oh, yes, sir. We got one issue right here we campaigning on. Hell nah. See, as that gentrification, they trying to price us out. So gentrification is one of the issues that nobody on those party will be campaigning against. All right, because this is what it says. It says East Harlem unemployment rate is higher than the citywide average of 9%. Rent-burdened households pay more than 30% of their income of housing and may have difficulty affording food, clothing, transportation, and healthcare. That's facts. Facts. Shit. Yo, ever since I came home from prison, working legit, alhamdulillah, but can't even get food stamps. Like, what the fuck? Like, how am I gonna get on my feet? No food stamps. You have money. You gotta pay rent. You have your phone bill. Yo, the system is really meant to make people go back to prison and commit crimes again, for real. All right? Thank God. I never went that route. I ain't fall victim to that route. I turned stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Been ups and downs, but thank God I have not quit. All right. 48% of East Harlem residents are rent. All right, I already said that. One way to consider the effect of income on health is by comparing death rates among neighborhoods. Avoidable deaths are those that could have been avoided if each neighborhood had the same death rate as the 5 wealthiest neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So for East Harlem, the economic stress, right? For poverty, the lowest for poverty is Upper East Side. That's right there, 20%, New York City, Manhattan, 14%. Economic stress, East Harlem, 23%. It says many of the factors that affect health happen outside of a doctor's office. This includes access to quality education, jobs, and safe spaces to live. Residents in high poverty neighborhoods often lack these resources. Let me continue. Is your neighborhood gentrifying? Ask yourself, is East Harlem gentrifying? Is El Barrio gentrifying? Gentrification transforms a low-income area into a high-income area through neighborhood redevelopment. Feel that? This is why yesterday I was showing you the community board district office. I was showing you the council lady office. I was showing you the assembly lady office, assembly guy office. Because that's where you got to put the pressure on. You can't just go to housing court, complain. Yeah, you got to do the housing court too, but you always got to put pressure there with the petitions. They're here to speak for us, right? What the hell is happening? Are they sellouts? Are they don't have us in plan to map us out and to bring in the rich, gentrify us out? They trying to privatize all NYCHA. They trying to make NYCHA like the Chelsea projects. If you look at, like Franklin Plaza, 1199, they want the whole NYCHA to be like 1199 and Franklin Plaza and like Chelsea Piers. They want the whole NYCHA to be like that. So when they be bringing these charter schools and beautifying the neighborhood, it's because they have a plan for 20, 30, 40 years down the line. Who's living here? Who's going to be in these nice parks now? After, crime went down, after we started cleaning up the junkyards, throwing away the drugs, fixing up the neighborhoods. We started doing that on our own, making gardens and stuff like that. And they still ain't want to, these landlords still, to this day, you go to 111th Street, brownstones, run down, been boarded up since probably the fucking 70s or some shit, or 60s. And they still don't want to sell it to nonprofit organizations to fix it for affordable housing. They have apartments that's vacant that the only thing that's open in these buildings is just the storefronts, and above all these apartments are vacant. These slumlords talking about they waiting for the big boom. When the fuck is this big boom? Shit's been closed down since the '60s. They waiting for us to get priced out so that they can open it back up for the people that was once here. You know when they call the white flight? Ya tú sabes. All right. Gentrification transformed a low-income area into a high-income area through neighborhood redevelopment. It is often defined as changes in the racial and ethnic makeup, education level, and average income of a neighborhood residents, as well as changes in housing and commercial businesses. While development may be beneficial, it is often inequitable and can lead to displacement of long-time residents and business. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Let me say that again. Can lead to displacement of long-time residents and businesses when it comes to gentrification, when it comes to these new luxury buildings, when it comes to these new buildings that's market rate. 5% affordable housing. What the fuck is affordable housing? To them, affordable housing is like $1,000 a month. That's affordable housing to them. Because once they bring the rich people into the areas, the property value goes up a little bit. They mix up the market rate. What's affordable housing now? You have brownstones. They fix the brownstones, luxury building, and a mix of a poor building and stuff like that. And who's gonna get the more resources? Where's the new schools next to? You know what I'm saying? New school, new building, new school, new buildings. And then you have the old buildings, slumlords trying to price people out. But remember, one thing is this: they have a real property law here in New York State. That if your landlord, if your slumlord is not doing repairs, withhold that rent. You have the legal right to withhold your rent if they don't do the repair. They cannot evict you at all. That is a law. I will come back on another feed and give you that law that will protect you against these slumlords. And Niger has now become the biggest slumlord. All right, gentrification can be measured in many ways. One measure that is used in your city is to determine if a low-income neighborhood, those with the lowest 40% of average household income in 1990, saw higher than median rent growth over the past 20 years. Based on this definition, 24 neighborhoods were considered low income in 1990, and East Harlem is one of 17 neighborhoods that is gentrifying. We have to save East Harlem. Know what Young Lord's Party is asking people to join the party. This is the movement. We have to save El Barrio. We have to save El Barrio for gentrification, yo. A lot of people got locked up that was from Spanish Harlem. A lot of people get locked up. They was giving them football numbers. Where are they going to go home to? Where's the transitional housing at? Where's the prisoner reentry services at? Where are they going home to? All right, let me see. What else? Social and economic conditions continue. Compared with the citywide rate, East Harlem has a higher rate of assault-related hospitalization. According to this is for the whole Manhattan, right? East Harlem has the most for non-fatal assault hospitalization for ambulance rides. The most, 130. And you know how much is an ambulance ride? $800 for an ambulance ride. So if it's not fatal, you better off taking a cab than taking off the ambulance if it's not fatal. Well, now you're going to be paying $800 for that ambulance ride. Incarceration, right? Incarceration takes a toll on, I was just saying that. Incarceration takes a toll on individuals, families, and communities. Black and Latino New Yorkers experience higher policing compared with non-Latino white New Yorkers. Take a look outside. Police state. Everywhere you go, everywhere you turn, you see a cop. People who have been incarcerated are more likely to experience mental and physical health problems. They may also have trouble in finding employment and housing, accessing healthy food. That is facts. This is what Noble Young Lord's Party is advocating on behalf for as well. People who are locked up, who are incarcerated, and people who's coming home who need help. We are advocating for them. We're going to collaborate and put the pressure on these nonprofit organizations. We're going to put the pressure on the council lady. We're going to put the pressure on the assemblyman. We're going to put the pressure on the community board districts to find out what the fuck they doing in Spanish Harlem with the redevelopment. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let it be known that when the next meeting, don't just put a vague letter inside a building that nobody's really looking at. Don't put a vague letter, a vague fucking newsletter in the fucking elevator that nobody's reading. Don't just do a vague email blast that hardly nobody's reading, and only a few head people is going to that fucking redevelopment place, and they redeveloping without us in mind, you know? And they're gonna say, look, we gave you our email, we put the paper inside the building, y'all ain't come to these meetings, y'all ain't give a fuck about your community, that's why we displacing y'all. Y'all don't give a fuck about your buildings, not even in the projects. Y'all stay shit in the elevators. Y'all stay pissing in the elevators. Y'all stay shitting in the staircases. Y'all don't care about where y'all live at. That's the way they look at this. If we don't care about our own buildings, if we don't take care of our own buildings, they looking at us like, if we don't care, they don't care. Get us the hell out. And where we gonna be at? We gonna be what? Like cattle? We can't go here. We can't go there. Come on, it's crazy. All right. Helpful neighborhoods. So strong social connections can have a positive impact on the health of community members. Feeling that our neighborhoods are willing to help each other is one aspect of community connection. In East Harlem, 67% of residents think that their neighborhoods are willing to help one another. This is similar to the rest of the city. Alhamdulillah. Adults reporting that their neighbors are willing to help one another. This is what Noble Young Lord's Party is about. You know? Housing, neighborhood conditions, air conditioning, air pollution. All right. We're not touching that. Homes without maintenance defects. Hold. Wait a minute. Housing quality. We're going to touch on this. Housing quality. Every resident has the right to live. I was just saying this. Every resident has the right to live in housing that is safe and pest-free. Poorly maintained housing is associated with poor health outcomes, including worsened asthma and other respiratory illness. In East Harlem, only 42% of renter-occupied homes are adequately maintained by landlords, free from heating breakdowns, cracks. Oh, bullshit, not here. I can show you the cracks inside this apartment. Let me see. And this is NYCHA. All right, every resident has the right to live in housing that is safe and pest-free. Man, listen, they gotta remove these cabinets. Hey, yo, Noble Young Lord's Party, man. We gotta fight for our people, and I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know from experience what the hell be going on. You know what I'm saying? All right, in East Harlem, only 42% of renter-occupied homes are adequately maintained by landlords, free from heating breakdowns, cracks, holes, peeling paint. Oh my God, the peeling paint that I have. They just finished painting this apartment after 10 years of asking them for them to paint, and the shit started peeling within a week. And other defects. 36% of East Harlem households report seeing cockroaches, which is a potential asthma trigger. Thank God I ain't have no little children here. I grew up with asthma. Thank God. I haven't had a serious asthma attack in years. Thank God. You know, perhaps the medical cannabis is helping me on that part. So they're seeing housing and neighborhood conditions, bicycle network coverage, pedestrian injury, food environment, right, pregnancy outcomes. Um, uh, I'm not touching that. Teen pregnancy, I'm not touching that right now. We're trying, depending on the people, how many people we have, we're gonna keep growing. You know, it's a people's issue, people's causes, right? Because I do have something for prenatal care as well too. Nobody on those party can hit them up too. You know what I mean? They pushing that depopulation agenda up amongst our community. Feel me? Nobody on those party is on point with what they doing. They pushing depopulation agenda crisis. You know, let's not forget about the war against all Puerto Ricans. Let's not forget about the sterilization that was forced upon the Puerto Rican women. Let's not forget about the forced sterilization that was forced upon the ACS children here in New York City. Let's not forget about these things. All right? Let's not forget about the forced sterilization with the females that are in Covenant House, right? These are homeless females that are in Covenant House that they sterilizing them without them even knowing it. You know? So they didn't want to have another baby. Like, oh, look, you're in the shelter now. Your family gave up on you. And bam, here, depopulation agenda. Depopulation. Teen pregnancy, teen population. I'm not going to get religious here. Nobody on those party is not guided by religion. So I cannot wear my religious hat here. There's nobody on those party. But we will address what's affecting the people, and we will address what's affecting the fabric of the family here and in El Barrio. And many other barrios throughout New York City and throughout the country here of North America. Physical activity, dining, smoking, healthcare, access to healthcare. Now we good because, the East... We have I'll show you where's that at too. A Boricua Health Center. It's a beautiful Boricua Health Center. To me, out of all the clinics I've been to here in East Harlem, and I've been to Metropolitan, I've been to Mount Sinai, I've been to these little clinics, right? The Boricua Health Center, that's across the street from Taino Towers, to me, is the best by far. They clean. They professional. I don't know how you say it in English, but they have cariñoso. I don't know how you say that in English, but they have cariñoso for the clients. They don't look down upon people. When they talk to the clients, it's not in a condescending manner. Like when you go to Metropolitan, Bellevue, Mount Sinai, things of that nature, you don't see that at the Boricua Health Center. I'll let you know where that's at tomorrow. No. I believe that's enough. I said enough. If you want to find out where you can access this information that I was just sharing with you, all right, you can go to www.1.newyorkcity.com. That is www.1.newyorkcity.com, and you will see the Manhattan Community District or any community district. You will see the percentage. You will see what is affecting the community, and then you're also going to see what's the plan that they have in place within our community. And from there, if we don't agree what they're trying to do, we put the pressure on for them to change that shit. Know what I mean? All right. One Lord, one people. Power to the people. Boricua power, Latino power, people's power. Stay noble, baby. Gotta keep it noble. Salute.